can't use this one. Okay, so we bought our pole, we're back home now, and we move on to sanding. 220 is what you're gonna wanna do. Whether you're gonna sand it, stain it, whatever you're gonna do. Get it down to the 220 first. You can use this 220 to get rid of that stuff that marks it. You're gonna want to get your point on it. Obviously not super sharp or anything. There's a couple ways to do it. If you have a shoeing rasp, you can sit here for a while. You can use a shoeing rasp. I've taken a knife. I've used a knife before. That took a long time. Sand it down real good after you use a knife. If you had some kind of belt sander or something, you could do that. Or just get a flap disc on a grinder and do it this way. We'll get close to the end, I'll make my round mark. Then bring all that. It doesn't need to be crazy sharp. More than anything, you want to have it even and in the center. So what I'm looking at as I look down this right here and get a shot over the top of it, I'm looking for this taper to be even. As I rotate this, I can see where it needs to come off a little bit. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it close to where you want it. Please don't leave your tip sharp. I like to finish mine with a rasp, only to clean up that round end. Take off as much as I can with that power tool, obviously, speeding up the process. So that's it. You don't have to really put this much effort into it, but it doesn't hurt. When you're picking out your pole, you'll see when I was at Home Depot, I kept looking up all of them. A lot of them are curved. And then once you find the one that's straight enough, you kind of look for the balance. Some of them have a lot of flex. I liked this one because it didn't have much flex to it. It was pretty solid. So anyhow, once you get this sanded down, then it's up to you to be creative however you want to do it. If you're going to stain it, you can stain it. If you're going to burn it or something, you can burn it. Whatever you want to do. Once you're done with all that, you're going to want to find your balance on it. So I ride a lot of green horses and train a lot of green horses with these things. So for me, I like not only a center grip, so I know where my point of balance is. This is usually just a quick little 4 or 5 inch grip I'll put in the middle, so I know if I hold it there, or if I set it on my shoulder there, that it's going to stay. So it's your balance point. The other side, if you want to put a short little one right here, I do. I'll put like a 5 or 6 inch one here, so that when I'm working, I don't have to think about where I'm at on the pole. If I feel this grip, I know I need to stop before I lose my pole. Same thing with this one. This main grip up here, I'll make it a little bit longer. I'll usually start up here, and I don't know, I'll go for 12 to 14 inches, whatever you want, really. The main thing is just making sure the grip won't throw the balance off too much. Just make sure you finish doing all your sanding, staining, and all that, whatever you're gonna do to it, get it to its final point for balance. Lots of things you could do for handles. I've used electrical tape. I've used vet wrap. I've gotten wrap that they put on tennis rackets. I've thought about possibly braiding like a rawhide handle over one. I've thought about engraving it and just kind of carving a little texture into it. Lots of different ideas. Just do whatever the heck you want. Have fun with it. Main thing is make sure it's 13 foot 1 inches long. And once you're done staining it and all that, I'll stain it. I'll sand it with 400. And then, I don't know if I have it here. Oh, look, there's my stain. I'm going to put on this one. Once I'm done staining it, I'll lacquer it. That's what I'm going to use. Use whatever you want. I like something outdoors, something to keep the water out, keep it from warping. You want to keep the moisture out of it. So feel it too. If there's like sometimes when they manufacture them, there'll be like little vertical lines you can kind of feel in them. A lot of times I'll take some of that stuff out of there. Like a lot of this is going to get sanded down. There's a hump that's running along, almost like a ridge that's running along there. So I'll clean a lot of that up as I'm making it. Wait, make sure you leave it. So we're gonna stain it. I went ahead and took a cloth and just rubbed off as much as I could. Doesn't need to be a perfect environment, or don't get too crazy on it. You're gonna drag it around in the dirt. Horses will probably step on it. But what I'm gonna do here, see what this looks like. Yes, I should be wearing gloves. I'm not. Mainly because I don't have any. It's not the end of the world. I'm gonna have this all over my hands until I'm done. Oh, don't worry, a little bit of dirt there, I just smeared it in. Gives it character, I guess. I say I'm not worried about this being perfect. We're really not worried about it. If it looks decent, and it'll slide in my hand when I want it to, and I can balance it, it'll stay straight. It's not bouncing around like a piece of PVC pipe. Those are the main things I'm after here. I wonder if this would have looked like if I wouldn't have burned it. I wonder if the burning even made a difference. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. So as I'm sitting here mumbling to myself, saying stuff that I don't even know if you guys can even hear or not, I'll let that dry. I don't think I'll do more than one coat. I'll probably leave it at that. Sand it with 400. Hit it with some lacquer. Sand it with 400. Hit it with lacquer. Just rinse and repeat until it gets to a point that I like it. So now, with this 400 grit, I'm using barely any pressure, slightly sanding it. And honestly, this is all optional. You can put the point on it and leave it raw wood if you want. Probably wouldn't last as long if you're going to leave it outside and whatnot, but I don't know, maybe you don't care. This is all optional here. This is me just not being able to help myself now. Just keep going with personalizing. Let's talk lengths for a minute. A Garrocha pole. If I had a kid or a very beginner rider that wanted to kind of feel it out a little bit, I'd probably hand them a 6-foot Garrocha pole. I don't even own a 6-foot Garrocha pole. I'd probably have to cut one of mine down to 6 feet. Which I would. But typically you're going to want to cut yours anywhere from 10 to 13 feet. Mine are cut at 13 foot 1. Don't know where I got that number from, but I know that's where I always cut it at, so I don't know why it would be particularly, you have one the same length as me, but if you want one the same length as me, 13 foot 1. Other than that, do what you're comfortable with. Most important step is make sure you have a good helper when you're doing it. Hang on, dude. Yes, I love you too. Get down. Go on, dude, dog. Go on. Go on, I don't want you breathing this. Go on. Make sure your Hondu dog is away before you start spraying. Go! Go on. Go. So this is a Garrocha pole I made a while ago. It's not even a year old yet. Your tips will get pretty beat up. Yes, horses have stepped on it. Here's my grip I said I like to put towards the end. This was, what did I use here? I think this is the grip for a tennis racket. But this is why I'm saying, don't spend too much time sanding it and doing all your crate. I mean, if you're going to use it for shows only, it's going to be a show one, or you want it to be a nice one. If it's your practice one, or the only one you have, don't put too much effort into trying to make it look pretty, because it's going to get beat up. Like, I promise you, it's going to get stepped on. I've had a horse kick one before and seen it fly off in two pieces. I mean, yeah, so yeah, look at it. This is that grip for a tennis racket. I think I just wrapped some electrical tape on the end of it. But they're gonna take a beating, so I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. But this is how you make a Garrocha.